We've got the machine now that can produce water from
turn air into water.
Yes, we've got the code, we've got SLA with those companies.
I'm going to buy land.
Yes.
Give me money.
Yeah, and I told them that I'm going to buy, the land is going to be mine.
To get, I'm a 19,000, I in 9 million.
Yes.
Where did you get these people?
I don't know. Remember, in South Africa, 20% of the land in South Africa is the one that is fertile. When you hire wrong people without investigating them and seeing that they know the job. When we are misled by the professionals as well. We change town planners every now and then because we discover that these people, they don't know what they're doing.
King David Studio Podcast.
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous, but yeah.
Nervous to be talking to me?
Yeah, it's because when I try to check other guys who are doing the podcast, the reason why I even talk to you is because of your humility, Ubuntu that I've discovered, and the maturity that I've seen when you engage with many people around. So I'm inspired by your character, in fact. Yeah.
I pretend.
You pretend. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, what you do mostly becomes your reality.
Yeah.
Usuality conquers the mind.
So I can
deal with that.
Pretends.
Yeah, fake it until you make it.
So I'm faking kindness until I make it.
Until you make it. Yeah. I think that's the better start to a guy who's unkind.
Yes, yeah.
Do it right. Yeah.
Where are you from out here?
I'm from Mdeni, but I was born in Orlando East. Orlando East, next to Pazapazi 13.
Okay.
Yeah, from Orlando, I moved to Mdeni. And then all my life being Mdeni in Fundezola, so it's like Zolamdeni. Yeah, that's where I'm from.
So where that song, that's where Zolamdeni. Yeah, I know it from that song. Yes. I know Orlando East fairly well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of a friend of mine, unfortunately passed on. He grew up in that place. So I used to visit his home quite often. And you may have noticed, very close to here. Orlando is very close to where
no, I haven't noticed. Yeah.
No, it's 12 minutes.
Is it?
Yeah.
From here?
12, 13 minutes.
Is it? Oh.
The second.
Yeah, spices.
Orlando Stadium.
Yeah.
It's 13 minutes from where you and I are sitting now.
This is part of the system.
Without traffic.
Yeah, without traffic.
Yes.
It sends us so.
Yeah.
When the answer is close to us.
Do you see what I mean?
Within the issues of the land. Yes.
You are here because you have an interesting story about land acquisition.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
Acquiring land.
Yeah.
Before we get to the story, what got you interested in the issues of land as a young South African?
Nkulele Kasemdeni, Soweto, seeing family members fighting over their properties.
Yeah.
Mama, families they are not in order because now parents are gone. Then the family is divided because of shelter and all that. And you discover that when you do research, you find that these family members, they actually love each other. But it's because of this space. They're fighting for space. And when we are confined, you can't think. Yeah, no, you can't think. So you think as far as your room, as far as your yard, as far as your house.
Sure.
So that's how the whole system is crafted.
Explain that further. The being confined, stops your mind from going wider.
I made an example when I studied the guys from Zimbabwe. They are the one that I deal better with them in terms of, I also do chicken farming.
Okay.
They are the ones that understand the issue of the land better. I think Zimbabweans are, as much as their economy is limping, but they are 100 years ahead of us in terms of understanding how the land works.
Yeah.
And I sometimes wish that even our political leaders, our people that we assigned to lead us in government position could understand the issue of the land. But unfortunately, they don't understand it. So I think that's the whole point.
Because remember, you answered that when I asked your mind thinks as far as your space.
Yes.
What is the implication of that?
It doesn't allow you to think. Remember, when you compare a person on a 10-room and a person on a room, he thinks that when I'm bed and a chest of drawer and a fridge and a TV, success is a good deal because he can't think of former tiles, he can't think of planting trees, he can't think of expanding other rooms and all, or expanding the house and expanding the house. So the limitation is there because it doesn't allow you to engage your mind into creative gears. Yeah, so I think that's the problem. Yeah.
What is that way of seeing the world has done to your way of thinking? That way of saying these are limitations, land issues is a limitation. What has it done for the way you do things now?
I think it has opened my mind in a sense that I've learned to understand deeper the issues of the land, unlike just having a political statement. Because I don't think issues of the land it's a political issue. It's a human rights issue. It's people, they only think that in order for me to pay back or maybe to heal from those scars of the historical injustice, I must give you back the land. But it doesn't go like that. It has to do with economy. It has to do with heritage. It has to do with trauma and all that. Because imagine if you are being removed from your own place where your parents are there, buried there, then you get emotional scarred. Then you have to, now a person on Nkomezo 20 needs to be moved again. But then when you say we are restoring, then we're giving you the land without the economy, without healing the emotional scar. So Black people, unfortunately, they are scarred by that. So that's what opened my mind. We need to change our mindset in understanding the land, because not only just getting the ground, and it's everything that has to do with humanity.
But you do realize it's not top on the list of things that we are trying to solve in this country. If it was, we would have solved it a long time ago, because it's something that has always been an issue right from the beginning.
Yeah.
But very little has changed in that regard.
I think the issue is not about the battle, it's to understand why. And also start in the mind, because in our journey as Ubuntu project, we have discovered that the problem is the mindset. Understanding, let me just put it like this, is in the sense. A person will say, ufuna umhlaba, but I can understand what makes us not to get the land. You'll find people say, hey, so we're fighting for our land that was stolen, blah, blah, blah. They will cite all those things, but we don't understand that there are clauses and laws in this country that will never make it possible for people to acquire land no matter what. There are two battles that we're facing in land acquisition. We're facing the land when you get it, and fighting for the land to get it, and also when you get it, you still have to fight for the land. There are two battles. So people don't understand. Just after getting the land, then you are done. No, you still have to fight to develop that land. You have to fight to make it possible to rezone that land and make sure that people having homes, people having rights for like that given from the Department of Rural Development and all that. So, and that's daunting process. So it's not easy. You can have the land and then you watch it, and then you even die watching the land without doing anything in the land, because there are clauses that stops you from developing that land as well.
Give me an example of those type of
like
things.
We are in the township development space. So we work out the land. We raise the funds to buy the land from one of the African guy who believed in me, Mr. Genuine. The land was 9 million altogether. But we raised that money within 4 months.
How much land?
It's 55 hectares of land. Obviously, in the land, when you get the land like that, you don't know sometimes that there are pockets of that land that are not developable. And you may own the land on the ground, and only to find that Mr. Mashabela is owning the mineral rights underneath. And when you're about to build or develop that land, said, no, I can't allow you because I own the land as well. But the title deed is yours.
How does that work?
I think they call it servitude right. I think it's governed by the property clause under servitude rights, meaning the ESCOM and you know all those rights. So, AMA pipes and all that. They are all like the AMA lines and all that. So even Mashabela can have the land, the rights of the mineral underneath your land.
But not necessarily owning the land on top.
No.
Yeah.
And when you're about to develop, maybe you want to do an industrial park to create employment for people, Mashabela will come and say, not under my watch. I'm not going to permit you to do that.
Sure.
So we are facing a struggle of the land, but we need to understand what is it that we are trying to deal with, because the two property clause that people are not even aware. They only talk about Section 25 of the Constitution, and then there's a limitation in 25 of the Constitution, which is under Section 36 of the Constitution, that protects only the land. A normal limitation when you say you want to do something, and then it must serve the public interest, and it must not pose imminent danger to the people. But now there's another section of Section 22, Section 26 of the Constitution that protects the illegal occupiers of the land. Meaning Mashabela can have land and then I can occupy your land. And then, illegal. But it will be illegal of you to remove me if you don't follow a certain process. And you can lose your case. Yeah. So you see, it's a game. It's a game.
Sounds like an unfair game.
It's an unfair game. And then you go to the municipality to say you want to apply for the township establishment. Because township establishment is bigger than rezoning. Because we are building plus or minus, we're going to cater for plus or minus 3,000 families. And already others have started building homes. And then in another project, we are building plus or minus 7,000 homes. All in total, it's 10,000 homes that the project under Ubuntu is focusing on. But you find out that if Mashabela comes and put a check there, within 48 hours, I might make sure that I remove Mashabela before Pelale 48 hours. If Mashabela keep after 48 hours, they don't have the right to go and apply to the court that I've evicted him illegally. But now, when you apply for township establishment, they will tell you all the laws and rules and regulations and red tapes that will take plus or minus 10 years to finish. But now, Mashabela comes and occupy my land. Then
while when you are getting the laws,
yes,
I mean, I built my shack.
And you can't, and the government will come and say, hey, we must give them water and all that, And they said, why allow me to do the township establishment? Why allow me to spend? We spend plus or minus 4 million for board project, raising funds because there's a issue of environmental impact assessment, the issue of land surveyors doing the topographic and engineers and, geologists and all that. So it's a group of professionals that come together before the land can be proclaimed a township. Yeah. But that process is not possible for a black man.
You have done it.
Yes.
And you're saying it's not possible.
Yes.
Take us through the journey.
It's because I'm facing challenges when I put them with sometimes government. I think it probably made to what is sometimes see label. So Mashabela is a journalist, well-known journalist. When he speaks, we just listen to what he says without analyzing, because we are conditioned that he is a doctor. So if he's a doctor, everything that he says must go. And we discover that these people sometimes they don't know even they are even their own laws. Yeah. And when we have to tell them, we need to respect them as well, not to embarrass them and say, but say as an executive director, what you are saying is not founded. Yeah. So it's a challenge.
Take us through your journey, but I'm curious to know, what is it that made you want to embark on this journey? When you thought, I want to buy that land and I want to do this with it, what made you want to embark on that journey?
Okay. See, Seyasa is Mzimhlop one of the time with my partner. Then Satola, 7 family members sitting in one room. And apart from the stories that we have in Makasan, good people are suffering, backyard dwellers, people are telling kukwini, and you don't have space, families are on a harmony. So it started from Aksa Mind Empowerment when we're dealing with the mindset, changing the mindset of the people. But we don't discover that it's not solvable, because we seldom move. It's like circling around, because how can you help a person without a shelter? How can you say a person, but there's only one shack, there's only one bedroom. So we said we must find the land so we can divide it and give it to the people to build for themselves. Then the journey started, and then we went to radio stations, we went to Makoneni, speaking church congregation organization, telling them that this is the land that they're selling to me, assist me with the money. The threshold was 19,700 at that time. And then upon getting the title deed of that land, I'll show you after the interview. Then I'll give you 300 square meters to build your own house. But now I had to face another challenge. They said, wait, before you can give people the land, you must make sure that it's safe for people to build. So you must get the geologists to do the study. And sometimes they can come back and say the land is not conducive for development.
After you bought it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now you buy the land, and then the first is the phase 1 testing. They take the soil to the lab. It's a daunting task because it can take plus or minus 3 months before the result can come back. Then you finish that. They said the soil of the land can hold the structure, but now because the land is underlaid by the dolomite, so now you need to do a drilling now. There's no machine law work drill months. So now
Mine's a
pole now.
Yeah.
So they tell you that until up to 60 meter down. So you must keep on counting, and they charge you like 300 per meter. We end up spending close to 1 million rand for that 55 hectares of land, and you don't know which result will come back and say, now you can build. You have to wait and pray. I collapsed during that process for 2 weeks.
What happened? What did they say?
One of the holes, I think, Pumamans. I couldn't understand that there's water underground at that time because I thought, no, man, it must be a wetland, this one. Can't you know? It's generally like when you drill, water would come out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
that's how we find water to do boreholes.
Exactly. So I was not aware of that process. So Ntemang Bonamans Puma, oh my God, it's not gonna happen. So then you had a problem get to pay, but you end up paying the money to the guys, and you get the report. But now the report has to now go to the Council of Geoscience to decide whether the land or the studies were conducted gahle. Then they can come back and reject it.
Yeah.
And now there are people that have assisted you to buy the land, and you promise them that you're going to give them stands to build for themselves. And then are waiting upon you to deliver. And now you are waiting for the Council of Geoscience to come and say
yes or no.
Yes or no.
Yeah.
And then if the result comes and say no, what are you going to do?
What were you planning to do if the results are no?
You pray. The only because I said to myself, what is one thing it's convincing I would the bylaws of the municipality cannot supersede the bylaws of the laws of the province, and the province laws cannot supersede the laws of national. And the national law, which is the law of the land, cannot supersede the laws of the universe. So that's how I got it. Said if the universe have sent me to say, find the land and wipe their tears, because in the expropriation of land without compensation is not going to happen anytime soon. Rather, find another way to get the land and give it to the people and build. Probably find your own stand and build your own home. So that was the whole motivation that I got. But if it's sent from the universe, then it cannot fail me. Yeah. Hence I said, God within, we believe in our slogan. Yeah. I had to believe. I had no choice. I had to have faith.
Let's talk about the raising of the funds. If I was to stand on the side of the road now and give people a pamphlet and say to them, I'm raising money to buy land and I want them to either donate or just give me money, I and maybe I'm wrong, don't think people will do it because they'll first ask, who are you? And what land is that? And can we trust you with our money, our hard-earned money? And others are saying, your story sounds interesting, but I don't have whatever money you're asking me to do. And is it the same amount of money for everyone? So let us understand how that process works.
We had to calculate a hectare, it produces how many stands. A hectare can produce 300 square meters. But we have to consider roads and other stuff.
Of course.
So
servitude.
Yeah, servitude and all. So the whole land basically produces 1,200 stands, 55 hectares. But I said, let's focus on 600 in the event where the land is some pockets of the land, they're not developable. That was our focus. Then going to the people and say, in order for you to be part of the family, we have to calculate the 9 million good. If we divide it, how much money are we going to make? And then we give people, say the threshold is 19,700. That is the money that you need to pay to assist us to buy this land. And then others would come with 2,000. You give them process because it takes, we thought it's going to take long to reach that amount.
So if I come with 2,000, what happens?
No, sign a contract that
Yeah.
upon the getting a title deed, on ourselves, and then we give you the. We thought it was just that simple. Just get the land and then give the people the
Justify it.
Yeah, good. Now I've got a title deed.
It's simple. It's simple in the rural areas.
So we had that information.
Yeah.
Ukuthi kunjalo vele le nto yakho ne-title deed, everything is fine. Kanti ayihambe kanjalo.
So if I have 2,000 rands and I'm saying, yes, here's 2,000 rands, you give me a contract, but the land is 19,000.
Yes.
So what happens to the remaining amount, to the remaining
So you
70?
have to pay bit by bit.
Okay.
Because other people, they're working in ShopRite. You've got a number of professionals like teachers, traffic officers and all that, because sometimes they don't afford, but they're part of the family.
Yeah.
So they pay kancane kancane until iyaphelela imali. Even though we given umnikazi wayo imali, the 9 million, now we had to raise another 2.5 million for the studies. So now we had to go back to those that paid 2,000. The guys, come on, you must pay your money because we need to finish the studies. And the longer we wait, so the land is threatened by invaders. Yeah.
And people believed your story
Yes.
when you said, I'm going to buy land.
Yes.
Give me money.
Yeah, and I told them that I'm going to buy, the land is going to be mine.
Okay.
Yeah. It's written in the contract.
Yes.
You're assisting me to buy the land for me from Mashabela. And after Mashabela has transferred the land to me, then I'm going to give you 300 square meters.
Yes.
Yes.
With 19,000.
With 19,000, yes.
That was the plan.
That was the plan, yes.
And they believed that.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why I'm asking it with a measure of skepticism. Over to give someone wanungamaz 19,000 rands, or even 2,000 rands for that matter, and say, go and buy your land. Not mine, your land.
Yeah.
Basically, ukaimal to go do what you want, not necessarily what I want.
Yes.
And
In
that,
the promise.
the promise.
Yeah, that you're going to get.
How did you get around convincing people that this is something that's going to work?
I don't know. I think it's honesty.
Mm.
Yeah, I think when you are honest, we've got nothing to hide. Because I use my house as an office. I told my this thing young motivated after the death of my grandmother, because my grandmother was like a mother to me, or Eunice Tandimbat. So Nkuliso, about life, man, you must do something for humanity because we can die at any time. So I had no fear that let me just do it. Yeah. If they don't believe, it's fine, but let me just keep pushing.
Do you know the story of the former mayor of Johannesburg? He's now arrested, inverted commas, because he paid bail, I think.
Who?
The mayor of
okay.
Is it Kwamanda? He said it's difficult to bury people. Ekasi, where he lives. I think it's Protea side. And people by Afa, and they have no money to bury. And he decided to speak to a number of funeral parlors to create an arrangement with his own money. And note, I'm quoting his story. Whether the story is true or not, I don't know. With his own money, he then said to a number of people, about 100 people, this is where we're starting 1,000, for example. And let's all donate 100 rand and see if we can be able to bury each other in a way that makes sense, in a way that's actually quite dignified. And over time, you find that abantu bafang speed.
How?
And there's not enough money in the kitty. Ngoba, if in the kitty there's 20,000 rands, it's 100 rand, and kufa abantu by 3 over a month, already that money is gone overnight. And now other people who donated, in inverted commas, I use inverted commas because it's not a donation, you're buying something, who bought this funeral plan ended up not receiving that because imali say pelile in the kitty. And it was obvious that the plan is not going to work. And those who donated or who paid for this thing come back and say,
refund.
Yeah.
I've been on my side, I've been accused many times. But my story is great because we have refunded number of people. Okay. Because we made it clear before we released the money, there was a document that was signed by all members. Guys, the money now has reached 9 million for the seller. are we agreeing now that we're releasing the money
to buy the
to
land.
buy the land? You must sign.
And they're all here.
There's no turning back.
How are you communicating with them?
I was using WhatsApp group
Okay.
at the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they came and they signed the contract again.
Saying
now we are releasing and there's no turning back. I knew that I have to safeguard myself. I have to protect myself against myself. That in case of desperation, I must not, don't you dare, Romeo, touch that money. It's not yours. So I had to contact the attorneys to create a trust fund for me so that their money will be deposited to the trust fund, protected, so that even if batting about tempted ganganan, I won't even touch that money.
You can't.
So if we don't manage to buy the land, the money will safely return to the people.
Convincing people, because it takes a lot of people to get ama 19,000, INZ 9 million.
Yes.
Where did you get these people?
I don't know. Others came from, because I was going to radio stations, organizations. I think it was a word of mouth. And also others, they listen to the radio station that I won't mention. But I think they listen to others. And they're honest, as I'm saying. And another thing, when I put Mashabela, there must be something that is bigger than you, that governs you. I think I have a philosophy, a consciousness that I live under, and the principle that I live under. The higher consciousness. You must know why you do what you do. Yeah. So I'm driven by that. I had to tell them why, the purpose. Yeah, more than anything. So many people, they do these things because they are seeking money, they want to be rich and all that. It wasn't, even now, it's not even my desire. I've had a lot of people. Others, they cried and then they asked for a refund and you gave them the refund.
What was their reason?
They are struggling now. COVID came in.
Oh, yes.
Then we had to refund them. And they cry and you see this person, ufuna imali yakhe mara, imali isebenzile, seyithenga land, seyithatha phi. But we had to find creative ways, replace sometimes mangabe khona umuntu osifuna stand.
Okay.
Replace
Keep a low,
faka low.
Yes.
And at the same time besabuya khale futhi akanamali but indawo akanayo. What do you do?
Eish.
We've given people opportunity to say, okay, fine. Sizosigcina le stand sakho, take your money.
Mari will hold on.
We'll hold on, yeah.
Until when? Because it's still a business. This thing needs to continue.
Yes. That's our weakness. Yeah, because we thought it's just a philanthropic idea and all that. But then you had to wait for them to kancane umuntu afake 500. There was a guy who was standing, I look afaka 200, 300, and then he paid.
He paid
and
it
he's
off.
building now the foundation, and then
When did it start?
2018.
2018,
yeah.
The effect of COVID?
Yeah, it was great, man. Effect of COVID. As slim as that, because remember, people, they came in numbers now. And then others will say, this thing, yako, it has a cut.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even understand the township would take so long. Yeah. Yeah. I thought maybe it's just 8 months and then you are done. From 2018, almost 7 years now. Yeah.
And figure 9 million. Did that take long?
No, it took only less than 4 months.
4 months?
Yes. We reached, in fact, we didn't even reach the 9 million. We raised money up to 10 point something million.
What?
Yes.
So there was a lot of interest.
Yeah. And then we took that money and give it to the land seller.
Yes.
The seller.
The landowner.
The landowner, and then gave the cycle deeds. And then now we have to start the process of township establishment. Then they said the land has mineral rights, you cannot build. Then I had to go to Department of Mineral Resource and try to check. And only to discover that I was misled by my professional.
Okay.
She didn't read properly the title deed. Those rights of those guys were removed.
Ah.
Yeah, but I got sick because at that time, Department Bang you cannot build, unfortunately. Without these guys, forget. Why don't you farm? And they don't understand.
Good
why.
to you have a bigger promise.
I've got a lot of people, like over, 2,000 members probably watching here now. 2,000 members and their family members. Yeah.
They're all waiting.
And
these people are saying you must farm.
The entire Soweto, and then this is people that say I must farm. And then we check. And then he said, no, man, this is the old title deed. The new title deed has removed those rights.
Okay.
Then I got the approval from Department of Mineral Resource. Yeah. And I got the approval from Council of Geoscience that the land is suitable for development.
Go ahead.
That one was a milestone for me because that's the one that I was waiting for more than anything. Even the municipality can approve the township. You can approve the township. You can support it. But if the land is not suitable for development, there's nothing you can do. You can reject the township. But if the land is suitable for development, there's nothing you can do. People, they need space. But here's the trick. Section 25 of the Constitution prevents people to expropriate land. And then we have a minister and MSc of human settlement. I think it's a set for them to fail. How are they going to provide homes and houses when there's no land?
If they cannot get land.
Yeah.
I guess they start with government-owned land.
No, the government-owned land, most of them is, remember in South Africa, 20% of the land in South Africa is the one that is fertile. And then probably 45% of the land is underlaid by dolomite. And you must do the studies. And I heard that there's what is this, in Syria development that President Cyril Ramaphosa announced. I asked at the conference, where's the land? He said, no, in Syria. But now we went there because we're looking for land. We've got a lot of lands now after this project, but because we didn't want to do the estates for people. We find out the land has people who owns the land. But now there's a layout plan
for development.
Yeah.
And yet there's people owning it.
Because, you see, I asked the question that have you spoken to the landowners there? There was silence there. Because you can't promise people that you're going to give them land without houses, without land.
If you haven't bought the land.
Yeah, and besides the studies as well. They can reject your land and say it's not suitable. But you've already said you're going to build 5,000 homes. How?
Where is your land?
My land is in Randfontein, 2 minutes away from Protect Land. And another one is 7 minutes away from Protect Land.
2 minutes away from Protect Land, heading in what direction? Heading to Carltonville?
Yeah, heading to Carltonville, yes. So Mhlakeng, yes.
Is it on the left or right?
On the left.
On the left.
Yes, on the
left. I
left.
see that area.
Yeah, but there's another interesting part here. The municipality doesn't have services for that land.
Why not?
Because they don't have capacity to even support the development. That's the trick.
It falls under City of Johannesburg.
No, it falls under Randfontein.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So it's right on the border.
Under their jurisdiction.
So it's right on the border of the two provinces, so to speak.
And the land is outside UTP, urban development boundary.
What does that mean?
Meaning, when they do the spatial planning, if the land is outside UTP, the municipality cannot support that development.
Whatever you do is your problem.
No, you need to apply to tribunal. And the tribunal can reject you.
On what basis?
That is outside of the...
Yeah, well, but you're applying so you can get help. You're expanding the space, aren't you?
I fought with them many times. Only to discover that if the land is outside UTP, you cannot get the authorization, environmental authorization, because that's a final approval from the province.
What is the implication of that?
You cannot clear the land because they govern the species, fauna and flora and all that. The development can be stopped because of a butterfly. The development can be stopped because of a
plant.
The plant is.
That is
regardless
special.
Whether you want people to build homes there, they'll tell you, in your land. In your land. So you cannot build. So now, but we got the ROD on the land that is outside development bound.
How difficult was it to get it?
It was difficult because I had to appeal and, send appeals to the departments, motivate the public interest, telling them that at the end of the day, where are you going to get 143 hectares of land within the urban? It's not possible. If you want to establish a township, remember, we're not doing a development of properties in 1 hectare. Where housing is a mixed-use development, where there are schools involved there. We're going to build schools there. We're going to build a hospital.
Recreational
Everything
places,
is there in the layout plan. And all the approvals are there. Even the ROD approved. But now, municipality says, we need to take the matter to the tribunal for approval. They are violating the Spluma and NEMA Act because you go to a tribunal before the authorization of environment. Then you apply for the EIA.
But wait a second. Why do you go there before? Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Yeah, it's just supposed to be like that.
What is the confusion?
I don't know. I just applied for the environmental authorization from the province. They check if the land is good because they protect the environment. Then they gave me the ROD.
Okay.
So the land is good because it's in transition from urban to rural.
True, it's right there, right in the middle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because there's a main trust there. There's also the number unit development project now. And
so you are in the middle of the two.
Exactly. Now they said we need to go to tribunal.
Should have happened before.
Exactly. But they don't understand. I had to explain this Pluma 16, 2013 Act.
What does it say?
It says the municipality may not approve the land that is outside UTP unless it refers to the bodies that will check the public interest,
all of that,
economic and environmental concerns. So they are focusing on that. But now, if you've got an ROD, that thing supersedes all conflicting laws. There's no need for municipality now
to have an opinion.
No, it's overridden.
Jeez.
But they will play around and say they don't have the capacity. So, but the more they challenge me, the more I got information, the more I learned. Because I had to apply, guys from Dubai, guys from Singapore, and say, guys, tell us, how can you find water? There's water underground, borehole system. There's water in the air. We've got the machine now that can produce water from
turn air into water.
Yes, we've got the code, we've got SLA with those companies.
Yeah.
They just bring the machine and then they generate water from thin air. So they said I'm lying because, oh wow, there's nothing.
There is a machine.
There is
like
a machine
that.
like that. Yeah. So got the guys, even Hilton Hotel. Yeah, it's surviving with the air water now.
Wow.
Yes, the guys that put the Hilton Hotel is the one, David, is the one that we work with now.
Amazing.
Yeah, we've got the signed agreement with David and the bowl system. There's more water underground than the water on the surface, by the way. And also integrating the rain water system.
Why did that the water part matter so much for you in this regard?
Because you cannot do anything without water.
Yeah.
You have to build houses. So you must drill the borehole. You must get rainwater harvesting system because if the one rain 80%, we survive. We live in the rural areas now with my family. That's when we started, even the sewer treatment plant. These things, they make it sound as if they are difficult. You can develop a sewer system that the very same water can irrigate your garden and you can wash your car with the water. And once these companies, they sign the SLA with them, you go them and study how they do these things. You see, oh, this bacteria does this and the other bacteria is so simple. But the Zimbabweans understand this system better than us.
We travel different paths.
I guess, yeah.
We travel different paths.
Yeah.
And now you are at a stage where the paperwork is coming together.
Yes.
We live in a country of abantu bathatha amachance.
Yes.
When they see you applying for a driver's license, the first question they say, Banban, who can get this thing for you?
Yeah. I've been tested before. Yeah.
So did you come across that?
Come on, many times. A guy from the municipality says to me, fucking the songs of Guy ROD. And we laughed. That the ROD doesn't come from the municipality, it comes from the Department of Rural Development. But the guy has a position there.
That's a chance.
That's a chance. People are taking chances.
Yeah.
People are taking chances. And don't be intimidated by the labels. I think, Tina, as Black people, we need to change our consciousness and say, if you've got a dream, Chinese, they do that. They don't undermine the ideas. If I want to open a company to bring a glass multi-parameter light, they believe in that. So tonight we have a small idea, we think it's small. It's not. Even the pen, embrace it, love it, because that's how we can move as Black people. When I say Black people, I don't mean color. I mean those that are suffering, including the whites that are not even catered for. They are part of us.
Yeah.
But you see now, we must find a solution together. I mean, that's the whole
it's
point,
a noble idea, but I'm enjoying hearing the journey.
Yeah.
Paperwork
Yes.
is making sense.
Yes.
And now you're at a stage of of study. Are you
in
at the stage of
construction.
study?
Yes. You see, ROT says environmental conservation is a right. Now you can remove whatever
That's
there.
on the land.
That's on it. All the study, biodiversity studies done. They even said to me I must do the agro-ecosystem study.
Okay.
I hired even the ecologist because they were artifacts.
Yeah.
They could have stopped the development.
Because of a burial site.
Fortunately, King Sekukune there, the artifacts were not that usable, I guess.
Okay.
So they didn't have that.
What was it?
I think that area was the area of King Sukukun, and there were Bantu battles and it's detailed in the report.
Wow.
And they paid a lot of money for that report, close to 250,000. One report, and another 300,000. There's an engineering traffic impact study. The reason why there's a traffic impact study, not only that they need to count the traffic. Where there's noise, animals move away.
Okay, yes, of course.
So they check all those things as well. That if you're doing a traffic impact study, it's for the traffic jam and also for the animals. So it's imperative when you do the EIA, it must go hand in hand with the traffic impact assessment.
Jeez.
But the ROD is a final approval on the provincial level.
When you started this exercise on day one, all you had was the big vision.
There was a vision, yes.
But you had zero knowledge of the steps.
No, yes.
So you learned these steps literally one day at a time.
One day at a time, yes. Yeah, one day at a time.
And one mistake at a time.
One mistake. And I've committed a lot of mistakes. Yeah,
Give us one or two examples of where you thought, that's me. I shouldn't have done that.
One of the mistakes that you committed was when you hired wrong people without investigating them and seeing that they know the job. When we were misled by the professionals as well. We change town planners every now and then because we discover that these people, they don't know what they're doing. And they're qualified, unfortunately. We had a discussion with one of our environmentalists one time, Angelo Guti. I need an approval for Department of Mineral Resource. But the approval I had, he said, this one is not an approval. I went there back. I said, but the approval, they had to find, what are you talking about?
Here it is.
Yeah, I said, oh, okay. But the time we discussed it was like, no, Spiwe, this is not an approval.
Sure.
So those are the mistakes. You're hiring wrong people because you beg. Sometimes if a professional speak nonsense, sorry to use that word, but you cannot challenge him
because you don't know.
Because we are begging at the same time.
But more than that,
you need the service.
But more than that, he's a professional. You are just someone who's trying.
Even if it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
What do you do in the process? Do you go back to the people and communicate to them in progress? What was your method?
Yes, we use the WhatsApp groups, meetings, workshops. I workshop them every now and then. Every time when I get the information, I call the meeting. I workshop them in segments. Maybe I will take 100 and train them on these processes. Because ngithi abantu bayenza groups others and say, hayi khona ndunamanga the land accept. But you can check on its office. This is public knowledge. If you want to know that the land belongs to us, I say it's me, but the land is not mine per se.
Yeah.
I own the intellectual property, but the land is for the people.
So you had to have regular
meetings, workshops, and as well train them and understand that the land ihamba kanjani. This is what you do. You see.
What did you learn about people in this exercise?
They don't know who they are.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the biggest point because people, I think if they can learn to understand who they are.
What do you mean by they don't know who they are?
A person can agree with you today and pretend as if you understand what you're saying. And tomorrow form a group and say, ayikho lento. Then you go to that person. Baba umdala, baba manje wayikhuluma so. Hayi
Khulumile mos.
Yeah, umtshela ukuthi yabona mase senza i-drilling test now result. These are the reports. Yeah, no, yafana siyenze lento. But makafikela ngale. Ufika athi no, ayikho lento.
Yeah.
Told people that I'm scamming people.
Sure.
Yeah, it was a serious
Was there ever, did it get to a point where it got serious?
Yeah. Yes.
What
others wanted to even shoot me, step me, because they didn't understand the process. Those that had a problem are those that didn't even understand. Probably maybe the terminology that I was using, I don't know because sometimes I have to reflect on myself. Maybe the time when I'm workshops, they didn't understand what is the meaning of environmental impact assessment. What is the meaning of a geological report? So I had to explain, but they kept on saying, no, this is your thing. And they don't understand. Once the land has completed all the studies, the value goes up. And that's the secret about this. They've got something for their generation that we have created out of this change. I'm also disturbed by Section 26 of the Constitution, to be honest.
Explain it.
Section 26 of the Constitution, people invade the land, build shacks there, and come and do the informal settlement. I went to the municipality at some point. They said, it's outside our jurisdiction. We cannot intervene when people have invaded and built on your land illegally. It's not our duty.
We can't help you.
We can't help you. You can only use us as a correspondent. And these are the list of the companies to supply you with the red ends, demolition, and go to court. I said to them in the meeting, so now, if you say to me, I cannot remove people, I must remove people by myself, it's none of your business, you cannot be involved. Then why are you allowing me to put people and build on my land?
It doesn't connect.
It doesn't connect.
Yeah,
but you need to do the township establishment. You cannot put people there before you acquire the
because you could have done the same.
I could have done the same if I knew the law.
You could have gotten the land.
The land and do the studies.
9 million. Nang Punu. Asakin. We'll figure it out as we go.
And then they had to take me to court, but using Section 36 of imminent danger. They have to prove to court that those people
are in danger.
But if they can't prove to court that those people are in danger,
you carry on.
Then township, they have to bring electricity.
Then you would have built.
Exactly.
You would have cut the trip.
Very short. Tapes, yes. But now,
weren't you tempted to do that once you had better knowledge about this process?
I was.
And
I was. But I said, let me finish, because I was waiting for the ROT of our second project. I said, let me finish to understand. I need to understand something before I don't want to jump on something that I don't understand, because I've learned from this project. Jumping, you said, hey, I've got the land now. Wow, a black man have got it. Hey, it came with a lot of problems and challenges. Yeah.
I got very small piece of land, 2,000 square meters in Pretoria.
2,000?
2,000 square meters.
Oh, okay.
It's relatively small compared to your 55
but they view
hectares.
2,000 square meters as a plot.
No, I know. I'm aware of all that.
Okay, yeah.
It was zoned for institution.
Yeah.
Meaning church, school, those type of things. Yes, exactly. And I wanted to convert it for residential. I wanted to build 3 or 4 houses in that piece of land and then sell them or rent them out. I struggled with zoning.
Yeah.
It was such an expensive exercise. Ignore the other story of the neighbors not wanting this land to be converted. That's a different story altogether. But the zoning itself was an impossible exercise.
It's by design. The system is by design.
Yeah.
You must not own the land, even if you have it. You must not benefit from the land. So people, they must understand that it's not only the Section 25 that needs to be amended. Everything needs to be amended that has to do with the land. Everything. Because you get the land is yours, hence you have 2,000 square, but you can't.
I couldn't do much.
But there's a loophole.
Yeah.
There's a loophole in that, because if you say it's an institution, ubani ufana kutshela ukuthi institution yakho fanele ibe kanjani?
Well, the debate there is, it's not for people to sleep in it, that land. As in, whatever you're going to build, it doesn't matter what shape it looks like. It's not for people to reside in it. Like, no one can call that a home. That's the argument.
Yeah.
So that means if it's a school, I want to use it as a school. And
where is this land? You said, where is it?
It's in Pretoria.
Where in the area?
It's in the Mahube area in Mamelodi.
Rural or what?
No, very residential. Already the neighbors are right next to me.
Is it?
It's urban as urban.
And then
as
the public participation, did you do?
Remember when I said that another layer to the story was the neighbors were not interested. They liked the idea of that land being empty.
It's yours.
And it was empty for a long, long time.
And
so by say by trialing njalo. Ayifuni ihlale kanjalo. Ngoba abantwana babo badlala la.
Yeah, but I think mina, what I would advise you is better them to take you to court.
I'll tell you, here's an interesting thing. I gave up after I took them to court, the neighbors.
Why did you give up?
It's too painful, man.
You were supposed to allow them to take you to court.
They remember, to them it doesn't matter. They're happy to just sit and look at this guy suffer. I had to be the one that takes the action because I was the one that wanted to build. So I needed to move. And every time I bring people to build, they would intimidate them.
But now there's a twist in this. Define a home. The bank cannot finance a container house. Yeah. So
it's not a home according to the bank.
According to the law and on the bank and all that.
Yeah.
But it's a home according to Section 26. So now, if you build containers, you design them, you make what you want, there is no law that can stop you to put a temporary shelter because they regard a container as a temporary shelter.
Even if it's there for the next 100 years.
You could have just designed the containers, put nice, people they stay in container homes now, put the aluminum glasses and all that. Then that's it.
I must tell you, that's why listening to you is quite fascinating for me because I gave up.
Yeah.
And I was dealing with a tiny piece of land.
Yeah.
And you went through the entire process and you did not give up at all.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting. I gave up by selling the land to somebody who was willing to go through the journey.
Oh.
I was bruised and I walked away. Yeah, it was a pain. But interesting, the most painful part for me was the neighbors more than council and municipality.
But the neighbors, what
they did not want anything to happen to that land.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, the answer said when I started, you will have a land and watch it.
Yeah. No, I watched it for 5 years.
Yes.
And which brings me to this question. I was paying.
Yeah.
Remember, city charges you.
Exactly.
What happens in your case with 55 hectares?
Yeah, you pay the rates every month.
What is the rates for 55 hectares?
Yeah, you pay the rates for and the tricky part is that they don't care.
No.
No one cares about. That's why I'm saying people are so trouble with to land, but land in savings. And it's by design. Let me tell you a story. You cannot divide. We've got another land which is 60 hectares, right? They don't allow us to divide that land with hectare. Because our idea was that, okay, we're not doing a township, but we're giving our black people
10,000
we are redressing a historical injustice.
Sure.
We give them hectare, and then they will farm. They do the small scale farming there.
Yeah.
Then those who are doing graves, they said, you are disturbing the economy.
What does that mean? You're disturbing it positively.
Yeah. Because if your people now start to plant veggies and all that, they won't buy to the market.
So you're disturbing the economy.
You're disturbing the economy. So there's no escape.
Wait a minute, but there's no law against you dividing this land and giving it to people.
There is a law that is like you cannot divide unless there's a threshold, and it's 5 hectares or 4 hectares. Yeah, but even that one,
you continue to face challenges in that regard.
No, you know what I said. I asked them the question: a guy with 5 wives owns 5 hectares,
wants to divide it hectare
and then
each.
all wives are pregnant. Then you are telling me that I cannot build my first wife a home there and my other home there. We must all be in one corner in the house because the laws or the bylaws says in the plot you shouldn't build more than 2. But my family is expanding.
And all you do is just look at it.
Yeah, that is why they won't develop the rural areas, no matter what. Because they want people to cycle in this busy,
concentrated space.
Because people in rural areas are free. They don't. I don't know whether they are aware. Look what is happening now in Limpopo. Venda people are busy building beautiful
big houses. Yeah.
But now the trick is, in some areas, they want to give them title deeds now. Why? If people they are aware that title deeds is also a trap, they will understand.
But the law says you must have a title deed, like you do.
Not always, son. Not always. You can have a PTO that is renewable yearly.
Explain that.
PTO is a permission to occupy. Yeah, it's governed by rural development. Meaning, if the land is outside UTP or still registered as a rural land, you can give PTOs.
Yeah.
So you can do all the studies for safety, and stop there. Don't register a township.
Just.
Yeah, wait there. They will
But
force,
how difficult is it to get permission to occupy?
it's not difficult. You are the one, the landowner. Give someone the permission to occupy.
Uthi ungahlala
Ungahlala la.
endaweni yakho.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Every year I'll give you a new one.
Yeah, I'll tell you. You can live off the grid. We're living off the grid. People don't understand that. They don't even understand the soil that some singathi wonke umuntu, but majority of our people, because sijwayele into zamahhala, ugesi wamahhala. Isoil understand. Do ironing, isolation ironing. Igedlela encane nje 5 kVA. You can live like normal person, but they don't understand that. They understand that they thought maybe it's difficult. I know, but they won't leave you to be off the grid.
They won't.
No. Once you start to put people, they impose that they need to now to give them title deeds. You know,
so they can charge them,
collect money, revenue for the municipality.
Your process, it got to a point where now you have all the permissions, all the permits, all the paperwork.
Yes, except except the municipality with the issue of yes.
Why was that? Why did you stop at that stage? Because it sounds like a natural.
They cite the what we are building or continuing to build, because there's no law that says. Remember, rejection doesn't mean illegal. Yeah, we are building. They cite that they don't have capacity, but we don't need their service. We asked them one time. We even take them to Human Rights Commission at some point. They must write us a letter. We told the Department of Water and Sanitation when they said the municipality must give you a letter to say they don't have capacity. They refuse to give us a letter that we cannot supply.
We cannot service you.
Yeah. We just needed that letter.
Why do you think they say they are refusing to?
It's because we take that letter to department and they give you the ROD. And you get the ROD and then boom, township is done. So they have to prevent. That's our opinion. They have to prevent to get the ROD.
But you're carrying on.
But lucky enough, I told the Department of Sanitation that, look, I have taken them to Human Rights Commission. The issue is pending with the municipality, and it may take time to get that letter. And then we got the ROD.
A black man must fight, eh?
Yeah, it's hard. But it's difficult. It's like people, they see this beautiful. We provide our people with modern houses. You see, one time when you pass there, we are building classy homes. We want to show them, give them the reality that they cannot deny. Our houses are modern, and people are listening to us. We're building classy estate off the grid. We're going to show them, give them flames, because they take our plans. We give them our plans. We don't allow them to come with their plans, except if the plan fits the image.
Okay.
Putting trees there. That's the whole point. We want to make a green environment because we're building a city.
Should the city all of a sudden have capacity to provide you with the services that you need? What are you going to do? Will you take it?
We'll take it because we need to avoid confrontation and promote collaboration. So we'll do that. We'll tie it to the municipality. Yeah.
As it stands, have you been able to put in a storage system and all of that?
We have a system like individual house has a waste treatment system.
But maybe a septic tank.
No, septic tank is an old system.
Okay,
yeah,
it's a new thing.
Yeah, it's called ST. Yeah? Septic. Yeah.
What does it do?
Sewer treatment system, STS. Yeah.
Yes. What does it do?
The first chamber collects the waste when you flush at home. We put certain enzymes there. They eat the waste and transport it to the next chamber, and then we put another bacteria there to purify
the waste.
The next chamber, we put another UV pumps and all that to further purify the water. And the water is safe for the environment. In fact, it benefits the environment. You cannot challenge that because it's benefiting the environment. The plants is growing because the water is rich with minerals and all that. And then you can wash, you can save water and all that with that system. So each and every house have that system.
Are you then able to? Do you need the traditional septic tank? You have to then call a company that's
honeysuckers, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, this one, no, you don't need. You can only do it maybe after, say, I'm just making an estimation, maybe in 10 years. Yeah, but you need to service every 3 months just to check the bacteria. And also people must be responsible to know that you cannot put bleach.
Okay.
You kill the enzymes.
Of course.
Yeah,
of
and
course.
then you have to call it Sanya Saka.
Yeah. And in terms of the water, since you are off the grid,
borehole water and rainwater.
But remember, rainwater and borehole water are not necessarily suitable for consumption.
No, you take them to test.
Okay.
Even the Department of Water and Sanitation, they do it for free. I mean, the rainwater. Rainwater. Is rainwater? Rainwater, yes.
Yeah.
They assist in terms of the borehole testing. They give you the certification how to clean the water. And you go to the guys that deal with the filtration system, the UV and all that. Others, they do reverse osmosis. They help you to build a system for that. And then you get the clean water, healthy water ever. Not the recycling 10 years, 1,000 years. Because you don't know this water that you're drinking. Maybe it's like 20 years old.
It's been recycled 1,000 times.
1,000 times, and you're drinking it.
Well, with rainwater, with rainwater on top of it. I had a chance once to sit with a person that works with water.
Yeah.
Nah, let me not tell what this person said.
No, I know.
It's not good.
It's not good. Yeah.
It's not
Otherwise,
good
when you go
all.
there, you end up not taking water. It must not be clean, super clean. Once it's clean, you kill it. That's why you avoid. So the off the grid way is the way, but you see,
but it's costly.
It's a challenge,
isn't it?
Not really.
Well, think about it.
As an individual, yes.
Yes, if in this household, for example, I wanted to drill a borehole, but use that water to consume as well. To set up that system is not cheap.
It's not as expensive as the media and the world is telling us.
Give us a sense of it. Someone will benefit from this.
You get the filters depending on how many liters you want to filter. Yeah, that's all. You can get the small filters. Maybe they cost plus or minus less 6,000. Yeah, for a household.
You can even harvest rainwater.
Yeah, you can harvest rainwater and put a small pump, maybe about 2,500. Push the water to the tanks and to the tank to the tap. You can leave. You see us, what we have learned over the past 7 years. You can put us in the desert. We can leave. Because we have learned that there's air. This is a planet of water. Everything is here. Yeah, God gave us everything. But now, the municipalities, and unfortunately, I will have to say it, they have to benefit.
Understandably, because they're running a business. And the business of municipality is to keep the system going. It has to be funded.
Yeah.
And the only way it can be funded is money through you.
Yeah.
If you switch on the lights, you have to pay for it. You flush the toilet, you have to pay for it. You throw away garbage, you have to pay for it.
Yes.
And that has to continue.
Yes, you are correct.
You wanted to say a point.
I wanted to say at some point, the municipality, the guy in the highest position said, Mangizane report, the first geotech report says, no, you cannot take this one. We must get the dolomitic stability report. That's one you did the drilling. And I got it. And then, but it must be approved. That's okay. Then he said, the minister, Gwede Mandash, must approve the township because the minister is in the mineral.
He's Minister of Minerals.
Yeah. He told me about the minister. Our land must be. Why am I using
it? Must be approved.
Our land must be approved by the Minister of Mineral. And that's not the case.
What did you say when you had that?
I didn't know.
Because you're thinking, how the hell am I going to
find the minister? Yeah. And I cried. Literally. Because I didn't know what to do.
And that person was wrong.
He was wrong. Because I got the approval from the Department of Mineral Resource. And it's not even issued by
the minister. Probably doesn't even know where
they have
where
to
they
check
are.
the mineral rights, who owns the mineral rights. They say they write it and, they check. That's all. But they made it sound as if it's difficult. Once a black man has an idea and shares with a negative person, it becomes a problem. Yeah. Sometimes you rather keep things to yourself and then, share them later.
As we speak, how many people are still in this program?
Because many of them have died.
Ooh.
Not many, some of them. And also others have relocated. Yeah, but we still have 80% of our people.
What happens to one who passes away?
We have in our contract, we have a way it needs to put the beneficiary.
Okay.
Yeah, then the beneficiary will take over. Now we've got the positive Ubuntu members. They supported us all the way. Abu Pudmusa, Abu Lirato. Hey, we've got a lot. I can mention many people. Abu La and all that. Some people they even deposited 150,000. Yeah, one lady Ula gave us 150,000.
They didn't have to.
They didn't have to. I said, no, I believe in you. She was the first time seeing me doing this, but she gave me 150,000.
Wow.
And I took that money and gave it to the town plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps.
Exactly. Yeah.
Aren't they people who want like really constant reports? Because you're dealing with people's money.
Yes. I kept on giving them.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I think people, they knew that it was honest. Because at the end of the day, they got the land. It's a question now. Yeah, is it there? You see, even if I die now today, tomorrow they would continue to build.
Yeah.
When I have delivered to the gate of Navan, is the honors are with them now to take it forward, because I've played my part. I've done all the necessary studies, everything.
In terms of the land I buy, I give you the 19,000 rands. Do I get a title?
You will get a title deed. Remember, once you get the ROD, the land must go to municipal to get Section 38 of the certification. But you must go to Surveyor General. Surveyor General is now going to divide the land now. If the land has 600 stands, the title deeds are going to come to me now. Said we have 600 title deeds now. You must pay for part contribution, and then each and every person must now pay for the attorneys, for the transfers. But we are in that stage at the moment, where we need to finalize all those things. But it may take time, given the history.
But it's happening.
But it must happen.
And but there are those that have started construction.
Yeah, we have started already. Yeah.
How many? Give or
For
take?
now, the house is because the standard that is those guys that first built, they set the highest standard. So now it's they build foundations and all, but 15 houses now are up now. Yeah, so far.
Hey, man, now if I control the standards. Remember, this is supposed to be a low cost housing, isn't it?
Just because we are challenged financially and you are coming from a poor background, it doesn't give you the right to accept
poor houses.
Yeah. Let me tell you why. Because you don't have a problem buying hennies. The speeds in Jabalan Mall at some stage became number one in entire South Africa. In Jabalan Mall. Then you ask yourself.
Don't poke your finger at our
No. I'm saying,
because that's what you're doing now. You're saying instead of buying Ilala, you're busy buying Hennes. You're busy buying Speeds.
I'm not against people who are buying it, but I'm saying to them they must be responsible, because sometimes you can smoke the whole house. How much is a brick? A brick is 250. And how much is a cigarette? Probably it's 250. So every time when you smoke, know that you're smoking a brick.
You're smoking a brick.
Yeah, and then you come and then in 7 years you say you don't have money to build. But you had all the monies to smoke, all the monies to party, all the monies to drink, and expensive stuff.
Do you remember earlier when I said throughout this entire exercise, what did you learn about people? What else did you learn about people? Seems like there's something else you've learned.
Is that we are good people. Yeah? If we just need honesty. I think people they need an honest person. Like I told them at some point when I was struggling that I didn't know that these studies are going to be needed. I thought we're gonna get the land and then start to work. But I didn't know that there would be processes of phone and biodiversity, wetland specialists would come, flatline and all that. So I didn't know all those things. But I had to be honest with them and say, guys, I'm struggling. But this is the gene that I have to take.
But we are
we've got good people in Ubuntu project and Nobody project. We've got support from our members and I love them and they love me. We love each other. We want to create a harmonious communities. Yeah.
Is it gated?
It's gonna be gated. Nobody needs this gate. It's gonna be gated because we have to control the drones. We need to put the drones flying. I heard Panyaza one time. Premier Panyaza said they're gonna be drones. We had that idea before Panyaza even announced that we need our land to have drones flying around. Yeah. And then exchange. The others they went to training for that just to specialize with that, and also with the ambulance. We need to get our in-house ambulance. so that if anyone gets sick, we'll know that you just take them to the hospital and our rescue room where they are sick. You can a mini. I don't know what they call it.
Mini clinic. Let's give it.
Yeah, they said mini clinic for
Mini
them. Yeah, to
clinic.
come where people are before waiting for ambulance. Before they can be taken, we can keep them there.
Because 55 hectares is not small.
Yeah, we've got the 143 development.
Yeah.
The 55 is our second largest township. We've got 3 township. Yeah, 55. The biggest one is Nobayin, because Nobayin is 7,000 homes and is approved. Everything is done.
So once you did the first one,
Yeah.
manje lento uyayazi manje.
No, you know what? How I came up doing the second one. I was trying to come up with a strategy in case this one doesn't go well.
in case you have to move the project.
The guy said at least there's another one. Because when they told me that there are pockets of land that may not be developable, I got scared. I said, no, God, I need to find another land. Unfortunately, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
how difficult was that?
Because I had a friend, like an Afrikaner friend that I won't mention. He's the one that assisted me to get this land. Because at some point when we were viewing them, said, hide. They don't want black people to buy land around here. Yeah. So it's been difficult. Yeah, but I got it.
Do you? That's an interesting point. Yeah. Do you find that there is a deliberate exercise to stop you with your color skin?
Yeah. Yes. I wouldn't say only white people will do that, because even our brothers, they do that. Black brothers. They are black outside but white inside. They don't want development for. Remember, it's the first time when, and I don't even take credits because it was a default. I didn't even plan to match this journey of studying a township with homes. I see people crying. At last, it's painful. Yeah, it's something that you cannot say. It's not an achievement. Yeah, it's not an achievement. You can't praise a fish from swimming. Every man must
have a home.
Must have a home. It's like saying a definition of success. Saying achieve. No, it's you have to have a car.
Yeah,
you have to have a house.
In terms of the governance of the township. And I'm using the terminology you're using, that you started a township.
Yes, it's a township established, even in government gazette. Yeah.
That's how it's called.
That's how it's called, yeah.
When you have a township, there has to be some form of governance.
Yeah.
What plans do you have?
We're going to have a homeowners association.
Okay.
Where they manage the cleaning service.
Big one.
Yeah, when they manage the system, the gardening, the cleaning and all that. Even we have a private waste collectors. Private borehole system, water system that's going to help us with the system, sewer lines, sewer system. So everything is here.
It's here.
Yeah, it's here. Yeah, we know what we're talking about. We know we know. Yeah.
And now, are you caught up in this world now?
I know I want to leave, because my plan was never to match this far.
Or to end up as a mayor.
No. I don't want anything. I don't want. I just wanted to fulfill the dream that I had with my grandmother. That at least let me just fulfill. At some point, Chinese came and offered me 250 million
to take over this thing.
I could have taken the land and take 110 million and said, guys, take your money with interest, maybe.
Yeah, give them
but then I said,
30,000.
Then I was reminded, no. It cannot be.
Sure.
I could have been a multimillionaire now with the one. I can even take 50 million and say, and the Baba so chabul. Tata 50 million. Guys, I am bang a lendo. Now I'm 50,000.
At least
sensimal. Baso chabul. But because I wasn't doing it for money. Yeah.
So when you say you eventually want to leave and not be a part of this, why is it that you would want to leave it?
It's because it's important. As I said before, the chances of a black man owning a town are close to 2% or 1%. Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah,
because
but now you know the journey now.
Where are you going to find the land? And the land in our restrictions.
Yeah.
Municipalities themselves, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing there. At some point, the lady said to me, we are divided into 4 groups. So this one, Marafuna Iguti approve. I remember when Romeo Seyama went there and they were fighting. The MMC of Human Settlement is on our side. The other is not on our side. So we don't know what to do, You don't know what to do. They fight each other.
And you're saying you've done another one that's complete. That's complete. The process is complete.
It's complete, yes.
What do you mean when you say it's complete?
The ROD, we got the ROD. Even the first one, because we've got a retrospective ROD, which is Section 24G. And the second one is the final ROD. We got them. The last stage of development is ROD.
Yeah.
After all this, they collect all the studies that they've done. Then you take that certification, that right, to the municipality now. Because remember, the township is not approved by the municipality. It's approved at the national and provincial level because are the one that deals with the housing. Then the municipality, their service to give you
then
they must
lines.
prove on the land. Yeah, because I must start if there's a blockage, the services.
The streets remain run and owned by the municipality.
Exactly. Yeah. So they need to approve. Yeah.
When you look back at this journey, what type of feeling do you get?
Tears, pain. Yeah. But I'm proud. I'm proud that I managed to be honest. I think more to me, it's not only about the achievement. That the other one is nobody is after my great grandmother. Yeah, because she was a good person and he raised me well and all that. So I named the township after her. Yeah. In honor from my maternal side. So to me it's that wow, I managed to be honest. I managed to live a legacy of faith.
And to stay the course.
Yeah, that you must have faith. Yeah. You must have faith. And the faith must be strong, man. Bigger than a seed, mustard seed. Yeah, bigger than mustard seed.
Wow, man, I'm proud of you. Where's the other one? The one you named after your grandma?
Is the same road. Fontaine Road. Yeah, same road. The same. The development are in the same road. Yeah. Just after you pass in Parati Mall, you go down as if you're going to Carltonville.
I see that. Yes. I travel that road a lot. That's why I'm familiar with it. The board.
The first one is Ubuntu. The second one is Ubuntu, but they didn't put nobody in it.
Yeah.
Anytime you pass there, you can go there in. And you must get a stand there. You must build your own home there. You must build your apartment. Trust me.
I give the city of Johannesburg too much money. I'm good.
You go.
Yeah, I'm grand. I'm paying too much to the city of Johannesburg. And I try to be an honest man and pay all my bills.
The zoning is the key issue.
Yeah, I'm good.
Next time when you buy land, get the land in the rural area. Even in the urban. But check the zoning. Yeah. It's important because if it's zone rural, the rates are less there.
Much less.
You can even pay
like your rates were less.
You can pay 200 rand for 5 hectares.
Jesus.
Yes. And
I was paying 2,000 rands for 2,000 square meters.
That's just too much.
And with nothing on it. I remember one of my favorite letters actually phone calls. They would call and tell me, Mankolot, Guti, we are going to switch off. I would say, go ahead. Go and switch off. There's nothing there. It's just empty piece of land.
Yes, that's what but they don't know.
They don't know.
You see?
They would say, we are coming to switch off.
The municipality advise us not, because you're not paying, you're going to switch off.
I'd say switch.
On empty land. They're telling you that they're going to switch off the electricity.
That was a very common thread in my life. Because at some point, I was dealing with a process that was not working.
Yeah. It's painful,
and yet you keep going. And every month you have to pay money.
Yeah.
For nothing.
But with Mashabela, I think in the funny check, I know that you said you are done. Go look at the rural areas as well. That's where life is. And modernize the houses there. Do what you want there.
It's not as bad as urban areas.
They will never develop rural areas because they don't want people to go back. So I know. They said, the toilets, they have got a problem of sewer system.
Yes.
How can we say
pit toilets?
Pit toilet? No, they do it deliberately.
Yeah.
We can solve an issue of a school. Within a day,
overnight,
with my friend, you can build a sewer system that can cater a school, flushing system, water, irrigation to the garden. We can do it in 3 days.
Eish.
Yeah.
Yeah, not. Our government is taking
they won't
20
develop.
years.
They won't develop
to solve.
They won't develop it. Forget.
I wish you well, my man. What are your future plans? You said you want to leave this, but what are future plans in this world?
We focus on Seyama Mind Empowerment, or with this one, with the development. Yeah. Obviously, we want to build an orphanage. Also, where we rehabilitate abantwana bama-drugs and all that. My sister Nomgqibelo Mafatse, which is a mother to Umutlatsi.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
is my sister. Umtlatsi is my umshana wam. So we
Okay.
got this in a vision of rehabilitate abantwana for affected by the drugs and all that. So we
Yes,
want to
yeah.
do something like positive activities
Yeah.
for the communities. Yeah.
But you're motivated to still do property in some way.
No.
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 It's quite interesting. No.
I'm not into property for there's so much that you can do. You can make money. I've learned through land that there's more to learn than what meets the eye. You can make money with flies. You can make money with the rabbit urine.
Yes. With bees.
With bees, yeah. People are making money, yeah.
I wish you well, man. I think yours is an interesting story. And that's why when you called me, it's not often that I say yes to such inquiries.
Yes,
and I thought, I've never heard of a story like this. So a man who started a township.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yes.
That's what you've done.
Yes.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am proud of my ancestors. I am proud of the spirit that carried me. Because I can't say it's me. Because at some point there was something that is Sogomandot. Yeah, so I'm proud of that. I listened. I'm proud that I became a good child to them because I have to submit to something higher than me to remain humble. Otherwise, I don't want to live with ego.
There's no one right now who's upset with you, who was part of this journey and
There are those, some maybe plus or minus less than 10, obviously.
What are some of the issues
they
that
couldn't
you
understand, and an issue of refunds as well. Some people they will need money and then it will wait for 6 months, a year, and all that because you can't find a replacement. But we've refunded them. Yeah. They will tell you sometimes, they will write and say, no, we got our refund. Others, they even contributed for 10 stands.
Wow.
Now they've got problems. They want their money back. You have to raise 200,000 plus to refund, but you're refunding them. Yeah.
So you're still in the process of refunding some people?
Not really, because we've given PTO now. We're done.
Okay.
We just make grace when someone has a problem. We assist in finding a replacement because we must take these things case by case.
Yeah. Romza.
Thanks, my
Thanks, you've done well. I'm proud of you. It's an interesting journey that you've walked.
I'm proud of you as well, my brother. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. We'll talk again maybe in another 5 years and the story will be 10 times bigger or the township will be complete.
I just wish that it must be green. It must be green.
That's all that matters.
That's what matters, yeah. Bahlale with peace and all, because Ubuntu is a higher consciousness. It's not just muntu ngabantu. It must be an action.
True. It's not just a phrase.
No, it's not just a phrase, yeah. Umuntu say akabe nobuntu. Yeah.
Here's a man who built a township. Thank you very much.
Thanks, my king.
King David Studio Podcast.